Yo, what's up? It's me. I'm here at the end of the Wisdom Path here in Hong Kong. Just visited the Big Buddha, the infamous Tiantan Buddha. The topic that I want to bring up is the idea of infinity in an instant and kind of finding everything in nothing and finding the nothing in everything, which sounds completely and totally impossible, and by your standard scientific form-based mind, which we Westerners tend to do, that's actually impossible. But I'm here to offer you a reframe and actually suggest that it's not impossible through a couple of different exercises. So the first exercise is, first of all, I've done this with a few people. Imagine infinity, right? Imagine. Let's start with the mountain here. This mountain is huge, right? It's massive. We could even start with a Buddha over there. I don't know if you can see it. That Buddha is actually pretty big. That mountain is bigger. This valley is even bigger. Then the planet is bigger, and then the solar system is bigger, and then the Milky Way galaxy is bigger, and then the universe that we know is bigger, and then whatever the Hubble telescope or whatever NASA finds is bigger. And then we have a bunch of other things that we don't even know about, and they're talking about looking even further into space. There's some people that say it's finite. I certainly hope that it's not finite. I just think that it'll go on forever. That's what I hope. But just kind of imagine what's bigger than the thing that you think is the biggest and go infinitely from there. And that's kind of infinity, right? It's infinite, and most of that is nothing. So keep that in mind for this next bit. The next bit, if you think about the smallest thing we know. Let's start with an ant or something. I don't see an ant here, but if you start with an ant, we'll go to insect. We'll go down to sand. We'll go down to a sand grain. We'll go down to a grain of rice. We'll go down smaller and smaller. Grain of rice is bigger than sand, but we'll go smaller and smaller and smaller. Let's get down to molecule. Smaller than molecule. Atom. Smaller than atom. Subatomic particles. Smaller than subatomic particles. But that's not even possible. Oh wait, but it is, and they're called quarks. If you've been paying attention past science class in biology when you were in high school, quarks are a thing. Surprise, you actually get smaller than that. But yeah, so now the challenge that I want to bring up is, from there, what gets smaller? My question is, what is between, no matter how, and then we can go smaller to string theory, is like kind of the theory about what is the smallest. From there, my question is, what is smaller than that? What is between the spaces of the smallest thing? And until we find out what it is, it's nothing. But it's also the same thing that comprises most of the universe. Now, if this is true, then should there not be nothing in everything that we see? Because if this rock here is made up of molecules and atoms and things, and there's mostly space between all of those particles, then isn't this rock technically made of nothing but in a different shape than is the air that I'm breathing, or the stars, or the galaxy, or the stardust, or universe, or whatever? So that's kind of how, and if that's the case, then we can break down time as well. We can say that time, if we start with an hour, then we go down to a minute, we go to a minute, we go to a second, we go to a second, we go to a, whatever you want, a millisecond, and then a picosecond, a femto. It goes even smaller than that. You can get smaller and smaller and smaller. You can go into milliliters, obviously, so I imagine you'd be able to do time as well. Nanosecond, I don't know what the order is, but you can get smaller and smaller and smaller in the seconds and seconds. Now, if that's true, then relative to the life of a tree, let's say redwoods live for 100, we don't have any redwoods here, but redwoods live for like 100 years. Some of them live a lot more. I'm actually not sure about the average lifespan, but some trees live very, very long, and humans only tend to live no more than 100 years pretty much across the board. There's a few exceptions. If that's true, then the life form of a human being is, while an infinity to the human, a blink of an eye to a tree. So if that's true, then you can kind of have that infinite, you can have a lifetime, which you can decide if you want to call the lifetime like an infinite, that feels like forever is the thing I'm trying to get at. if your lifetime feels like forever, you've kind of associated a value to your lifetime, making it feel like forever. So now that lifetime, which to the tree or to the galaxy, to a star, is like less than I don't know, very, very small, less than a nanosecond. And then to a baby, your lifetime, 40 years is, or 40 years, 20 years, whatever you are, however old you are, to the baby, you are living infinitely. So it's just kind of like a mind twister, just kind of something that I find very interesting, kind of playing with the ideas of like, what is space, what is positive and negative, everything and nothing at the same time. But going back to time really quick, I challenge, something I try to do, and challenge myself, and I'd like to challenge you guys as well. Challenge yourself to conceive of a future where you no longer feel the need to be. There's this constant thing about death. I can't die. Dying is bad. Dying is the worst thing that happens. It's actually not. It's actually very quick and, hopefully quick, or smooth and painless. I mean, we hope for that. But it's a perfectly natural cause of life, and if you're at the point in your life where you've lived everything that you've ever wanted to do, and you've done everything, if lived the way you want and done everything you wanted to do, then there shouldn't be a reason you shouldn't feel the need to live anymore. It shouldn't be this resistance when you feel like you just don't really need to be here anymore. You're good to go. And that's scary for a lot of people. I try to bring that up with people just in a conversation, and they're like, what, dying? To me, it doesn't mean nearly as much, but traveling, it meets all sorts of interesting people. I just had a conversation with 5 other people about very deep stuff, death, time, etc., infinity in an instant, like kind of like what I'm talking about here, and the mastery of the state of awe that I spoke about earlier. But yeah, so apart from that, light is going down. We are burning the light of the day. It's hiding behind the clouds. And yeah, with that said, see you guys later.